Do you ever wonder why it seems like billionaires have suddenly become outrageously powerful political figures? Why Congress was able to pass a $2 trillion tax cut for the ultra-wealthy in 2 months, but they're still haggling over how many hundreds of dollars we're allowed to have during the worst economic and health nightmare in modern history? Does it seem like all of this got dramatically worse in the last decade? Well, that's because it did, and it all stems from a single Supreme Court ruling that you've probably heard of called Citizens United. About 114 years ago, they realized that letting corporations and banks spend unlimited amounts of money on political campaigns was obviously bribery. So Theodore Roosevelt passed the Tillman Act of 1907, which outlawed it. Then more laws were passed limiting donations and requiring disclosures, especially after Richard Nixon was caught getting unmarked suitcases of cash. And by 2010, the rules were that the maximum any individual was allowed to give a candidate was up to $2,700 or $5,000 if it came from an outside group. The idea being that you and any billionaire could only give $2,700 to a candidate, thereby equalizing the influence you both could potentially have in politics. But then, on January 21st, 2010, the Supreme Court ruled in Citizens United that restricting donation amounts was actually a violation of free speech. Oh, and also that corporations and political groups had a right to that specific kind of free speech, but individual people did not have that same right because it could lead to corruption. And I'm going to explain exactly what that means in part 2, which is already up.